Coming to you from the mountains of western North Carolina, my name is Ben. Welcome to my channel. In my last video, I was on the verge of breaking the 50-pound mark. Well, friends, a lot has happened since then. The 50-pound plateau is a distant memory. I've moved up to the 12.5 milligram dose of Mounjaro, and the pounds are dropping again. You know, weight loss is hard, but not impossible, especially for those of us fortunate enough to be taking Mounjaro. But at the end of the day, we all need to remember, I need to remember, the hardest part of losing weight is accepting the fact that it will not happen overnight. Otherwise, we wind up being stressed, which can lead to weight gain or impede further weight loss efforts. Plateaus are normal and to be expected when you've been losing weight for a while. Don't let them add stress to your life. Warning: today's conversation may sound more like an editorial than my typical update. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Sound familiar? Maybe you remember these lines from a book you were required to read in college or perhaps even high school. For most of us taking Mounjaro, we have experienced weight loss, significant, even life-changing weight loss, the type that has eluded us, dare I say, for most, if not all, of our adult lives. Surely the best of times. But I fear circumstances may change in the not-so-distant future. My friends, we may find ourselves facing the worst of times, at least when it comes to our continued use of this miracle medicine we call Mounjaro. I'm not the first, nor will I be the last, to take the Charles Dickens classic, A Tale of Two Cities, and draw the lines of a comparison with current events. Indeed, the opening lines even suggest conflict, a difference of opinion, opposite viewpoints, if you will, all taking place at the same time. Okay, by now, if I were you, I'd be thinking, Ben, where the heck are you going with this? Bear with me, please. For those of you that are members of the Mounjaro Weight Loss Success Facebook group, you are probably aware that Mounjaro continues to be in short supply, with shortages expected to extend well into next year. It is also expected that more pharmacies, both chains and independents, will require a type 2 diabetes diagnosis prior to filling new or refilling existing prescriptions. Apparently, this is at the request of Eli Lilly as an effort to prevent further shortages. It was even suggested that failure on the part of the pharmacies to adhere to this guideline would put them at risk of not being reimbursed when accepting the manufacturer's discount card, regardless of issue date. If what we read is true and experienced firsthand at the pharmacy, this will be the second time in as many months that Eli Lilly has updated its guidelines. The first update focused on the use and acceptance of the discount card that many of us are using to obtain Mounjaro for $25 per month. This second update is much more restrictive. It means that those of us relying on Mounjaro solely for weight loss will not be able to obtain the medication regardless of insurance coverage, or even if we could afford to forego the use of the discount card and pay out of pocket. Why is Eli Lilly doing this? It's simple. This is an attempt to make sure that existing inventories of Mounjaro are sufficient to service those needing the medication for type 2 diabetes. But wait, is it fair to take away a much sought-after medication from one group and give to another? Is obesity not now recognized as a chronic disease? Even the CDC says obesity is a common, serious, and costly chronic disease of adults and children that continues to increase in the United States. They further state obesity is putting strain on American families, affecting overall health and healthcare costs, productivity, and even military readiness. And we are all familiar with diabetes. More than 37 million Americans suffer from this disease. That's about 1 in 10. And approximately 90, maybe 95% of them have type 2 diabetes. Obesity numbers are just as staggering. The latest census numbers show that there are 196 million adults over the age of 21 living in America. The CDC reports that 42%, or 82 million of these, suffer from obesity. Shouldn't the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few? Normally, I would say yes. So why favor one group over the other? The answer is simple. Obesity doesn't always cause negative health effects. And let's not forget, technically speaking, Mounjaro is not yet approved for weight loss. Diabetes is a very serious disease, more so than obesity only, and certainly more serious when combined with obesity. Speaking for myself, and I believe many others using Mounjaro for weight loss only, I do not mind having to wait for a prescription or even delaying taking a detour on my weight loss journey if it means helping someone have their prescription of potentially life-saving medication filled. What does upset me is the animosity on social media posts blaming the shortages on those taking Mounjaro for weight loss. Most posts are just accusatory, finger-pointing type of language, but some are extremely derogatory and have resorted to fat shaming. There's no excuse for this, and in my opinion, the practice is nothing more than cyberbullying. And to top things off, last week, the news media even chimed in with a story headline, "Use of drugs for weight loss causes supply shortage." Nobody taking Mounjaro for weight loss could have predicted the shortages. The only thing we are guilty of is, this past May, watching the same major news outlets praise Mounjaro for its record in helping patients lose weight, and then taking advantage of the discount program freely offered by Eli Lilly. Now remember, this is a tale of two cities. I have seen social media posts by weight loss only Mounjarians being unfairly critical of the pharmacy's unwillingness to fill their prescriptions. I've even published a separate video that covers the reasons why pharmacies may have taken that position. But I have not seen the first tweet, Facebook, or any other social media post blaming the current Mounjaro shortage on diabetic patients, and I don't believe I will. Those of us who are or have been overweight or obese know the hurt and the sting of such insensitive comments. We have, and we will continue to rise above it. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. On to other news. I'm happy to report our Discord community has grown to 60 members. If you haven't done so already, please consider joining. You'll find an invitation link in the description of this video. It's a great group of Mounjarians. That's it for now. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section or email me at the address included in the description of this video. As always, please keep your comments and many words of encouragement coming. I will do my best to reply to each one. Please let me know if you have any questions or subjects you would like for me to cover in future videos. And if you find these videos helpful, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't done so already, please consider clicking the subscribe and notification buttons. Keep me posted on your progress. Thanks again for joining me. See you soon.